just going to go live, babe. Thank you.
Hello. Welcome to Songbird session number 7.
Oh,
Songbird session number 7.
we've
Hello
done
to
so
all our
well.
lovely friends, our kind of royalty, freaks, geeks, losers, bums, waifs and strays, and all my other friends, as I call them.
What do you
Hey.
like?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. You?
Yeah, it feels at the moment like I'm jumping from one stream to another. It does feel somewhat hectic.
I know. It's
hectic.
crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, and I missed you yesterday, man.
Oh, mate, I was just so busy. I got back and I was just like, I can't. I just can't. I can't.
Too famous now.
Well,
Not got enough time for your friends.
I've given up smoking, haven't I? So it's really weird, like singing, and I've not sung without smoking for a long time.
I can tell. You have that little twitch now. It kind of does that.
I had it
Your
before.
lack of nicotine or whatever it is.
I had it before.
So welcome to everybody. We've got a great show lined up for you. As always, these things are a absolute dash to the finish line because, as you can imagine, trying to multiple stream to different places with multiple people and multiple setups of sound always presents its challenges, but nothing we can't kind of figure out somehow. So we've got there. Apologies for those who were sitting in. I think there was about 3 people sitting in before the show started because I did make a bit of a blunder.
He made a boo-boo, everybody.
Go on, ask me what it was. Ask me what it was.
I knew what it was. I saw it and I was thinking, is he going to change it?
So you know we did the Songbird Sessions Country Music Week show. Well, that show had to fit into an hour, even though we carried on.
Yeah.
So I put on the poster 7 to 8. So normally I only ever change the date because the time stays the same. So I put the poster out. We've been talking to Michael and Caroline and stuff like that. And then Michael says to me earlier on, "Where are you? What's the plan?" And I said, "We'll put the link out 6:30 for final sound check. Then we'll go live for 7:30." And he's going, "But the poster says 7." And I'm like, "What?"
I think that's the
So I look
longest
at the poster,
intro we've ever had. You know.
There it is. And there it is.
That's the longest intro we've ever
No,
had.
it's not. We've done much longer than that.
Have
We've
we?
done much longer than this. Yeah, we've taken at least 25 minutes or so. So apologies,
No, but not on the
anyway.
Songbird sessions, though.
Yeah, I think we have, haven't we?
Have we?
Yeah,
No,
we
I
have.
think no.
Jeez, dude, this is me. We can talk forever.
Very quickly, everybody. Right, the other week, I thought I'll do a Salmon Friends, right? And it got at me. It was an hour late, right? And I was like, texting me going, "I'm never late." The last couple of streams he's done has been like 15, 20 minutes late.
30 seconds, dude. Are we going to have a domestic on camera? I mean, it's just not cool, really.
I just think it's funny. I think it's funny. But we do. Obviously, people, we try really hard. As I say, we take our own time up, and Andy does a lot more at the moment than what I've been doing. So, full respect to you, Andy. Full respect.
So anyway, I just need to apologise to people that were kind of seeing the poster saying 7 and coming on thinking, well, where are they? So hopefully you will have seen the message that said it's not 7, it's 7:30. But it just shows sometimes you have to just double check these when you're running at a million miles an hour. So we've got 2 great guests lined up for you. We have Michael McMillan, who... so I first came across Michael McMillan probably a year and a half ago. I saw some of his songs and thought, it sounds really good. Really like some of the lyrics, and I'm going to make some requests tonight. Hopefully he'll be able to play them. And then sort of as we've kind of gone through the kind of lockdown, seeing some of the streams and stuff like that, and then he messaged us and said, interested in coming on the show, what do you think? And so we've kind of just danced around waiting for an opportunity because we're booked up till March, I think it is. And then luckily we had a fantastic opportunity where I forgot December existed. So we've managed to get him on for December, which is fantastic. So it's our Christmas show, really. I feel like I should be wearing tinsel or something.
Yeah,
and then we had Colin, who was planned to come on, and I think decided to obviously beat himself up and has done himself a bit of a mischief. So he's had to step out. but equally as wonderful, stepping in kind of right at the last minute for us, bless her, is Caroline Bella. So we shall bring those on in a minute, and we'll start kind of chatting about kind of history, background, music, all that sort of stuff. But to start us off in true fashion, as we always do, we're going to start with a song, and it is Mr. Schemmel that is going to start off this time. What are you going to do for us?
Well, everyone knows I'm a song stealer, right? And obviously everyone knows I'm a massive Pass fan. Massive Pass fan. But obviously this is about originals, really. I mean, obviously that isn't original; it's a cover. But me and Andy do this. We have done this song together, so I feel like I'm allowed to do these. And I do Andy's songs. So this is my song, my version, my song. Ooh, don't tell it. Don't.
You said my song then. He's even calling it his song now.
Oh God, here we go. So Andy, when Andy did this one and sent it me, I was like, no, don't change. It's perfect. And obviously it has been changed a little bit, but I will kind of do my best I can. But I love this song so much, and I thought I'd do it tonight instead. And I played it earlier. I was like, "You're playing that tonight?" And he was like, "Yeah, why?" And he went, "It's a crap song, but no, you're singing it crap or whatever it was, but the words are
sounds crap, but the song's
great." That's what it was. I hate it.
Right, I'll leave you on the floor. Sing us a song, and then we'll bring our guests in.
Okie dokie. Right then, here we go. It was 6 o'clock in Dallas in a sky bus made of tin. I was heading back to England the same way I'd came in, and changing in Atlanta to catch a red-eyed flight. The captain spoke, said the plane was broken, we had to stay the night. Well, in the early hours of morning, with nothing else to do, I sat and watched the shadows dance for at least an hour or two. We had a little time to kill to take in one last thing. It was 7 miles and 15 bucks to Martin Luther King. But we pulled up on the sidewalk and bathed in golden light. The monument they laid for him stood quiet like a night. An old man played piano and a young man sang along. I felt the pride as it echoed as he cried his gospel song. And I heard, "Oh Lord, hallelujah." I heard, "Oh Lord, hallelujah," once again. And everything I am, I owe it to you. I heard, "Oh Lord, hallelujah," Mr. King. We helped to walk around the street to the home that held his youth. No guarded gate, no fence around, I was shocked to tell the truth. And 20 feet of pathway laid before me on the floor. I stood on up to Martin's house and I knocked upon his door. Well, I'm not sure what I expected, just silence was reward. I knocked again, but he wasn't there, and he was busy with the Lord. I walked around the backyard, stood where he would play. A youthful boy, unaware of the part that he would play. And I heard, "Oh Lord, hallelujah." I heard, "Oh Lord, hallelujah," once again. And everything I am, I owe it to you. And I heard, "Oh Lord, hallelujah," Mr. King. And I heard, "Oh Lord, hallelujah." I heard, "Oh Lord, hallelujah," again. And everything I am, I owed it to you. I heard, oh Lord, hallelujah, Mr. King. I heard, oh Lord, hallelujah, Mr. King. I heard, oh Lord, hallelujah, Mr. King.
There we go. There we go. Hallelujah, Mr. King.
A little bit of a mess up.
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. It's fine. It's fine.
I
Nobody
did
will
too.
know.
Oh mate,
Nobody
I'll just have to blame the internet as if the internet like froze or something on me, and it made me
well,
say.
so that's a good point. So my internet may freeze. So if it does, and I go like this, just keep talking. Keep talking.
Yeah.
My internet over the last 2 days has been terrible.
It has been.
So very quickly before we bring our guests on, hello to Maria, hello to Dawn, and hello to Sarah, our usual kind of family of music lovers.
Music lovers, we love you all.
Sarah, I don't know why you've given us an angry face on the page, but whatever we've done to offend you and upset you, I'm sorry.
It was probably me singing.
Right, so without further ado, let's get our guests on. So from what?
I was going to say, because I don't think Sarah likes me singing your songs, mate.
That's fine. That's fine.
love
So
your songs,
from the north of the UK, we have the wonderful, fantastic Mr. Michael McMillan. Everybody say hello to Michael. Hello, Michael. Give us a wave to show that you are live.
Good to see you guys. That was a great song. I really love your voice and your guitar playing, Sam. That's great.
Cheers, mate.
Don't tell him that. It just encourages him to nick more of my songs. So hello, Michael. Welcome to the show. Thank you, of course, for stepping in. It's been a long time, I feel, coming, but well done for getting here.
No, it's a pleasure, real pleasure. I'm glad you forgot.
Good. Yeah. You are our Christmas show now, yeah. So we'll bring in our next guest as well, which is Caroline.
Hello.
Everybody say hello to Caroline. Caroline, say hello to everybody.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Excellent.
We can hear you. So before we kind of get into the throes of singing wonderful songs and things, and I have got a couple of requests, Michael, just listening to you on YouTube. So hopefully you won't do what Sandy did, which was, I know which one you're going to ask for and I can't play it. And then it was that one. But we'll get to that later on. So tell us a bit, first of all, about kind of where you're from and kind of your journey through music, the kind of music you grew up on and those sorts of things. So if we start with ladies first, because that's the nice and right thing to do, apparently, my wife tells me. So Caroline, over to you. So where are you kind of living at the moment? We don't need your street address and all that, just kind of general. Otherwise, you'll end up with stalkers.
Yeah, we don't want stalkers.
That's it. So just tell us where you're all kind of from, if you've moved around the country at all or anything, and what's your background into music? What did you grow up listening to and kind of get inspired by?
I'm fairly local. I'm
Not to Michael.
No, not to Michael.
Yeah, to us.
I love your accent, Michael, I have to say.
Thank you.
Tendency to try and copy things like this when we pull the cheese in advance. If I slip into it.
That's pretty good, actually.
Thank you. I'm from Cannock. Now, originally Glaswegian, Warsaw, just all black country side of the Midlands.
So family and everything all are in the same area?
Yes.
You're kind of a proper black country person?
Yes. Moved to Warsaw. That's where I met Sam, actually, when I lived in Warsaw.
Blew me socks
The
off,
White
everybody.
Lion. That was it. The White Lion,
That was
wasn't
it.
it?
It definitely was.
So it
me-
says you live South Staffs. So have you
That's it,
moved kind of slightly more east or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm from Glaswegian to Cannock. So
Oh, okay. I
slightly
know
north,
Cannock.
isn't
I've got
it?
a friend over there.
North, east,
Okay.
northwest, isn't it?
So your musical kind of upbringing, what was it? What kind of stuff did you start off listening to, and before
my
you
dad
kind of
was
got
very-
into guitars and everything?
It was just my dad's music, really. He was very Beatles, Cat Stevens, Simon and Garfunkel, Sort of some
Never
of the
heard of them.
80s,
Never heard of them.
some of the 80s electric stuff as well, like Jean-Michel Jarre.
Okay,
that
now
sort
you're
of thing.
talking.
Well,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I
pretty
don't
cool.
really imitate any of that, but the other stuff, you know.
So did you kind of grow up listening to their music and following that, or did you kind of almost rebel and go, no, I'm listening to this because it's 80s or 90s?
Yeah, I think I sort of went down then when I was at school of the Oasis side of things and Placebo, and I really like the Cranberries as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, great.
All that sort of thing. Not quite as heavy as grungy as Nirvana. I like a couple of theirs, but a few of my friends are more into that than I was.
So you
all
didn't do
that
the
sort of
rock
time.
scene then?
I was going to say, are you more soft rock than rock?
Yeah, I think so.
Bruce
Think so.
Springsteen, Dire Straits, any of that?
Bon
lot?
Jovi, Meatloaf, Phil
Bit
Collins.
of Bon Jovi, Meatloaf. I had their albums, yeah. But my dad had a couple of Dire Straits albums.
So if someone said to you the iconic songs that you remember hearing as a kid growing up, what would they be?
Well, I went on a trip to France when I was about 14, an exchange trip, and it's not really it's a song that maybe many people would think of as iconic actually, but it was "I Can't Be With You" by the Cranberries, and it was one of those that I listened to what seemed like hundreds of times. And then I had the rest of the albums from then. So there was that one that springs to mind immediately. But there's hundreds, aren't there, of songs and moments and.
So are you a cassette kind of heritage person, or a vinyl heritage person, or a CD?
I don't have much of my own now.
Right.
I've got no space for
Because
anything
I
else.
very clearly
I've
grew
got
up
CDs,
on cassettes. Yeah. And we'd spend our lives with a pencil in the thing,
I
winding
was
the
going to
bloody
say,
thing
I
round
feel
again
really
after it's
old
stretched.
right now, Andy.
I
Because I
did
remember.
have
Yeah.
the top 40 on CD and trying to stop and play when the radio was
That's it. Yeah.
on.
Back in the old days. Back in the old days. Okay, so quite a common thing with the sort of Simon and Garfunkel typical sort of intro as an early age, and then you kind of find so Cranberries and things like that. I mean, I loved all of that. I mean, they weren't around long enough, really, and they should have been for much longer. And they should have been much more sort of, I suppose, heritage. But they seem to disappear almost a little while after they
keep
arrived.
producing albums. They were, I wouldn't say prolific, but they were fairly regular with
They
releases.
were quite well known for their time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
But they're one of those who's probably going to come back in about 6 or 7 years doing tours for people who have just
She's
crossed into
died.
that. I want to see them
She's dead
again.
now.
You know.
Dolores died.
So- oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what was that, last year. This year.
Yeah, maybe 2 years. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was this year because it wasn't when.
No, of course.
Might have been last
Now
year.
you remind me. Yeah. Okay. So on that note, moving over to Michael. Michael, same question. What was your musical heritage kind of growing up in that?
Well, where do you start? I mean, I started playing in a pipe band and then onto drums. So as a drummer, I had, as a young kid, I suppose I was brought up on the Beatles, the Hollies, the Kinks, the Stones. Great writers, great stories, great. I love that kind of stuff, all the stories they could tell, that put you in that place. And from there, I kind of got into more kind of heavier stuff like Zeppelin and Sabbath and Thin Lizzy and all that kind of stuff,
I was going to say
so
that's
quite
proper
a
heavy,
big range.
That's proper heavy Sabbath.
Yeah, Sabbath,
Yeah. We're talking.
Biting bats and stuff. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it never happened. It never happened. Yeah. Well, Ozzy was the first person to get COVID, so it's.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he didn't look any different. Yeah.
But no, joking aside, I mean, I really I loved storytellers, so I started getting into the more from the other side of the ocean, Jackson Browne, Crosby, Stills and Nash,
Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen, these kind of guys, Guy Clark.
Can I ask a quick question? Do you agree about Young or not agree about Young with the Crosby Stills?
Well, yeah, I mean, I liked all of Neil Young's early stuff. You know, I liked
Yeah,
all
me,
of
yeah.
his stuff. I mean, David Crosby's a bit of a piece of work at times, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
He can be, and I mean, my favourite out of that whole lineup was Graham Nash and Neil Young.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, I could quite happily miss out David Crosby's stuff, although together they were amazing.
Yeah.
You know,
Graham Nash was. I love the story behind it, where Graham Nash was supposed to be. He was on his way to tour with somebody else, wasn't he? And something wrong with his visa or something like that, and he got hauled over where he was, and he ended up staying, bumping into who's the other bloke?
Stephen Stills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they ended up then started writing stuff, and that became Crosby, Stills and Nash.
Yeah.
You think,
Yeah.
what a happy accident, you know?
Yeah, no, they were great. They really were. I mean, I also like bands like America. You know, we've got you know, just quite a wide choice of music. You know, I liked the Cranberries as well. You know, I like most stuff. I like if it's got something worth telling. You know, there's an awful lot of talented people out there just now, but don't have an awful lot to say.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so you know
Yeah.
that's good for them. But I like to hear a story. You know.
Yeah.
I'm the
So
same.
what happened with the pipes then? Was it just childhood and you kind of grew out of it, or?
Well, no, believe it or not, the pipe band actually played all over the place. We played at the Royal Albert Hall and places like that. It was amazing. But I kind of grew out of it. They say that a Scottish gentleman is somebody that can play the bagpipes but doesn't. You know, so I still play a bit, but not much. I just kind
I
of grew
think
out.
I think that should be kind of put towards like banjo players as well. I think.
Well, yeah, I think they get hard. They get a hard time, though, banjo players, don't they?
I know. Yeah. I quite like the sound, to be honest.
Yeah,
But
me too.
you're either really good at it or really bad at it.
It's just
Yeah,
as well you hadn't
yeah.
told us that before, because I would have been going, bring the pipes on, bring the pipes
Oh,
on.
no.
It's
I
a
was going to
Christmas
ask if you got
special.
them handy.
Yeah,
They're handy-ish, but not that handy.
you can imagine it blowing our eardrums, kind of, because it's really
Yeah,
loud
probably,
as well,
yeah.
isn't it?
I don't know what it would do for your sound, you know.
And all your neighbours going, get him out.
What neighbours? They've already moved. No. I don't think so.
He's now the only person in the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He now lives on a mountain somewhere. Right, okay, so we will talk some more, obviously, but let's hear some of your fantastic music.
Yeah, definitely.
So again, what we'll do is we'll start with ladies first, because it feels like it's the nice thing to do. Chivalry is not dead, as some might say. So what we'll do is we'll give the screen over to Caroline. If you do 2 songs for us and introduce the story and background to the song, and then literally as soon as you've finished, we'll then swap Caroline with Michael, and then Michael, if you can do the same. 2 songs, introduce the background, tell us the story behind the songs, and then we'll chat some more.
Great.
Okay, so I shall
See you soon.
unceremoniously remove us from the session. I'll see you in a moment. Caroline, the floor's yours.
See you. Thank you. Right then. I'm not very good at introducing my own songs, actually, but this song is called Take and Give, and it was written about where I used to live. You see an opportunity, I see a sign. You see a new surprise, I see what's mine. I see our life's work crumble to dust. Take what is necessary, it will never be enough. Give back my will, you will see. I will never give up. There is no consequence of your demise. You've signed and sealed your person
from deep inside. There is forgiveness, but it's love too tough. Take what is necessary, it will never be enough. Give back my will, you will see. I will never give up. What goes round comes back. Keep your head up. Take what is necessary, it will never be enough. Give back my will, you will see. I will never take what is necessary. It will never be enough. Give back my will, you will see. I will never give up. First song out to me. I'll just have a quick little drink. The next song I'm going to sing is quite a new song. I'm just going to notch the guitar down very slightly because I'm using a plectrum this time, so I hope that still sounds all right. And this is called Happy as Fools. Side by side, hand in Truth be told, if I did have a chance, I would live it again just the same. Distant past untouched, painting everything when it gets too much. Oh, look at us now. Seems it all turned out okay somehow, but we are still fools without a clue. Never thinking what we're meant to. We are still fools without a clue. Oh, we were just fools without a clue. Never knowing where we get to. We were just fools without a clue. But we were the happiest fools that we knew. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, so we will. That's beautiful, Caroline. We should talk
Thank
about
you.
your songs in a little minute. We'll get Michael playing his songs, and then we'll come back and we'll do some more chat. Meanwhile, you can enjoy some of the lovely comments you've been getting as well, which is always lovely to see. And again, folks, do feel free to engage with our artists, and likewise, Caroline, Michael. If you have a listen to the comments and stuff like that as well, you'll find some new fans, I promise you.
That's great.
Right, Michael, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Wasn't that great? They're just great songs. Great
Marvellous.
songs. Really good singer, Caroline. So the first song I'm going to do, this is one I wrote. I've got quite a soft spot for people in the armed forces who've served and in the emergency services. I've spent a lot of time travelling and got alongside a lot of these guys, these men and women who've served in various armed forces in this country and in the United States, and also in the emergency service. For those of you who don't know, I used to be a police officer. My daughter's a police officer. But as Sean Connery said in The Untouchables, the most important thing is coming home. At the end of your shift, as long as you can go home, then you've done everything right. And this one's called Coming Home. I hope you like it. My sweet love, how I miss you. I've been gone for far too long. I just call to say it's all over now, and this man is coming home. Home to where my love is waiting, where my family can live free. Home to where this war is fading, where this man is meant to be. My darling, kiss my children, tell them daddy loves them so. I will hold them in the morning, swear I'll never let them go. Home to where my love is waiting, where my children can live free. Home to where this war is fading, where my heart is meant to be. This crazy war did some crazy things to me. I've seen so many things a man should never see. But then I look at your picture and I catch my breath. I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I've been there, now I'm coming home. And I see that smile that I know so well. I march right up to the gates of hell. I've been there, now I'm coming coming home. Yes, I look at your picture and I catch my breath. I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I've been there, now I'm coming home. And I see that smile that I know so well. I march right up to the gates of hell. I've been there, now I'm coming home. I'm just going to set up my wee adjustment here. That's better. So, that was called Coming Home. This next song is also from the same album, a Missing Person album, which did quite well. I've also got a very soft spot for people struggling in life, people struggling with mental health issues, suffering from depression. There's so many people about that have issues with that, and it's quite prevalent just now with COVID and all that kind of stuff that's going on, and people are really struggling. Don't struggle. I've lost a lot of friends and family through suicide and one thing and another. Don't struggle. Speak to somebody. Speak to anybody. Speak to us. Contact any of us. Speak to us. But don't struggle in silence. There is nothing on earth worth taking your life for. No boyfriend, no girlfriend, no exam, no job, finances. Nothing is worth taking your life for. Speak to somebody. This is for all the clowns in life. Who don't always feel like being clowns, and it's called No Place to Go. As I walk around these city streets, and I wonder where my life has gone. Empty spaces, places where we used to meet. Yes, I wonder, where do I belong? There's that crazy man I used to run from. Now he's catching up with me. I used to wonder where he came from, but that crazy man is me. I'm just a surplus clown in this circus town. They pulled the big top down before my final show. I was a rising sun, now I'm a setting sun. I was someone's son, now I have no place to go. There's that crazy man I used to run from, and now he's overtaken me. I'd like to ask him where he came from, but that crazy man is me. A painted smile and tears that glisten. The crowd just don't know what to do. Now no one laughs and no one listens. It's just the face I'm going through. I was a rising sun, now I'm a setting sun. I was someone's son, now I have no place to go. There we are. Thank you very much.
They were
Thank you very
lovely.
much.
Sorry to hear about all your misfortunes and the.
I missed that there.
Experiences.
Say again.
Sorry to hear about all your experiences with suicide.
It's life, isn't it? It gives me material to write songs about. That's what I write about. I like to get alongside real people and just write about real life, I guess. So without that, I wouldn't have any songs. So
As I think we know, it's a growing trend. As people are getting much busier, workplaces are stressing people out much more. Money's getting tighter, cost of living's going up, everything's getting more expensive. I think it's just, you can see it all over the place. It's a rising trend. It's such a shame, but but as you say, some of these tragedies in life give us our best voice to be able to talk about things and share those kind of stories, which is, I think, what I love, and Sam will probably agree with this, is those stories that say something that you can connect with because you've seen it, you've experienced it, or you know somebody that's experienced it. They mean so much more.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So two fantastic songs. Good thing is they're not the ones I was going to ask for, Michael, so I can still get those in. So I would request yours, Caroline, but I've not seen. So I've seen Michael's stuff before, but Caroline stepped in for us, and Sam knows Caroline. I've not come across Caroline before, so this is a new experience for me. This is great. But Michael, there's definitely two songs. At least if you could do one, that'd be great. Caroline, your first song I loved. Absolutely loved it. It was really nice.
Thank you.
What's the title of it again?
Take and give.
Take and Give, yeah, absolutely beautiful. Love the lyrics as well.
I always feel really bad because when I first met Caroline, I kept saying, because she does certain picking songs, and I was like, you need to pick more. So every time I go to see her play, she goes, I'm going to pick one now. Bless her. Because she's so good at it.
she's got a lovely voice.
Got a fantastic mate. Oh,
Thank you.
when I first so.
Who is it? Who does it remind me of? That the country singer that went out with Graham Parsons.
Emmylou Harris.
Say that again.
Was it Emmylou Harris? No.
That's it. Emmylou Harris.
Right.
It's got that Emmylou Harris vibe about her voice as well. Beautiful.
Yeah, first time I saw Caroline, she rocked up at the White Lion, and I was like, oh my God. It was like another Jessie Decide moment. I was like, whoa, where the hell's this person come from? So yeah, I didn't even know she was local at the time, because you were like, I think you were living in Walsall at the time, wasn't you, Caroline?
Yeah, I used to live the Birmingham Road up that way.
Yeah, so I didn't
Really
even.
close to the White Lion.
Yeah, it was really, really weird.
Okay, so we've got some more questions
Yeah.
for you. Sam, over to you.
No,
You're going to ask these ones, I think.
Oh,
My voice needs a rest.
oh, here we go. He's asking me, and I haven't got my little sheet of paper up to date. You know what's really weird, people? Right? We say the same thing pretty much every show, right? But I'm so unprepared today. So unprepared today. So our next one is. I'm probably going to be wrong, and Andy's going to shoot me down and go, "No, that was for the next one." But I'm just going to jump in now and do this one. So, please explain to us how you would write your songs. So, do you do the lyrics first? Do you do the melody? He's shaking his head. I can see he's angry. Oh no, is it the right one? No. All right. Poof. All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to ask that one now. You can ask the other one later, whatever. I want to ask this one.
Doesn't matter when we ask
So-
them. They're going to get asked anyway.
Yeah. So, how do you write your songs? Do you tinker on the guitar and let the melody do all the work, and then you put words to it? Do you write the words down first and then think, right, okay, let's put something to the words? So how is your process of? I've just remembered what the actual real question was, but that can be. We can. I know.
It doesn't
I
matter.
know.
Keep going. Keep going.
Right.
It's
Yeah, so we'll go to Michael first, and then we'll come to Caroline afterwards.
Oh right, I was hoping it was going to be ladies first. I don't have any set format. I do get lyrics mainly first, and it's mainly from speaking to people. Maybe hear something, I think that would be a great line in a song. But sometimes I just get a melody in my head, so I don't have any kind of set format. What I do is, once I've got all ideas for lyrics, I write them all down and have a big book of them, or I'm now typing them on a laptop, which is new for me. And then I go away, take them all away with all the melodies I've got, and try and I usually kind of isolate myself for a week to 10 days somewhere. So I don't have a set format. It just sometimes it comes one way, sometimes it comes the other. You know.
Nice.
Do you sit down with your guitar and just tinker, and because you're enjoying playing your guitar, and then some sort of seed comes?
sometimes I'm not a great guitar player. People don't come to see Michael McMillan for the guitar playing. I mean that's okay. They come for the songs and the stories in the songs. I mean, I love your playing, Sam, and Caroline's a great player too. I'm not a great player, but sometimes I will. Yeah, I'll just tinkle away. Maybe sometimes I'll get, I like that wee melody, and I'll maybe try it capoed up and see how it sounds further up and stuff like that. So, but yeah.
And
Caroline.
so sorry. So one last question.
Go on.
Do you? So Sam and I have had this conversation
Yeah.
a whole bunch of times, and I've run a songwriter session where some people kind of go, I wait for inspiration to come and kind of give me that moment, that spark where I then write. Do you wait for that, or do you sometimes think, I want to write a song, so I'm gonna pick something or think of something I want to say? Do you engineer, I guess, sometimes?
A wee bit of both, but mainly I kind of decide, right, I'm going to go and write something. But usually, most of my songs, pretty much all of my songs, I have an idea of what I want to say. Do you know what? There's so many issues in life and things that I like to speak about, and good things as well. Not all sad things, but so I just think, right, I want to say it. I want to tell a story about this, and I'll start looking at the lyrics I've got and see what lyrics fit that. So that's kind of how I do it. I used to be terrible because I should really be in folk clubs where you could have 20 verses and 20 choruses. Do you know? But every time I go and write a song in the early days, somebody said, "Look, you need to shorten this. 9 minutes is far too long for a song." Do you know?
Not in a folk club, it's not. I'll tell you now.
No, you just get started.
I've been to a few folk clubs where they've gone at least 20 minutes, and I'm sitting there going, and then they go, "Oh, I've just messed up. I need to start again."
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
but
no!
you're just getting in the boat and he hasn't even left the dock yet. Yeah.
If you get a chance, the last Glenn Campbell album that he ever did, there's a song on it called "A Better Place," and it only lasts like 1 minute 40 seconds, and it says everything in it. And now it's just genius. It's a beautiful song. It's called "A Better Place" by Glenn Campbell. But to do that in 1 minute 40 seconds is just, I'm struggling to make it under 4 minutes.
We're big Glenn Campbell fans, aren't we, Andy?
Yeah, well, and again, it's exactly as you say. You get people who, I think, just waste lyrical real estate on lines that just say the same thing or say it in another kind of poor, lackluster kind of way. Whereas you get something like that and you think every bit of every line is brilliantly used.
Yeah.
It sells the message, and if it only needs 1 minute 43 or whatever it is,
exactly.
that's how it should be. The
If I
Simon and
remember
Garfunkel
correctly,
got that. You know.
I'm sure Glenn Campbell wrote These Old Walls, but Nancy Griffiths made it famous. If These Old Walls Could Speak, or whatever it's called, I'm sure that's a Glenn Campbell song, which is absolutely fantastic. Fantastic song.
Right. Sam?
Oh, yeah, Caroline, over to you, girl.
Been so quiet, I thought I might get away.
Lost in the moment.
I can't stray far from that, really. It just depends. Like you say, you could be having a conversation with someone and you think, oh, that's a good line. Or the kids sometimes come up with some of the bits of songs for me, which is great. I will credit them if I...
I like that. I will credit them. Andy don't credit me, so you need to teach him that.
Is there a big asterisk on the end of that one?
Ignore him.
Sometimes it's just I'm really angry about something, and it just I can get it written in 5 minutes. So that's a good thing.
So again, is that quite mixed? So you write some songs really quick, others take a long time.
Yeah, definitely.
And do you have a notebook as well, or a laptop?
Yeah, very analog, I'm afraid. Yeah, all notebooks until I have to try and type it up, and then I'm like, oh, for goodness sake.
Think of all those book manufacturers that will go out of business if we don't keep using books and pens.
Well, the current one's a Minnie Mouse notepad, though, so it's what the kids have left lying about. Sometimes I do dream the songs, actually. I wake up and then think, oh, that's good.
Andy does that.
I've done
He
that.
dreams
I've done that. Yeah.
Pearly Gates.
Yeah, there's one about my dad sitting at the end of the bed as well. That was weird.
Yeah.
My mum said she had that dream about her mum.
Yeah. And I don't even smoke or drink, so it couldn't have been either of those. But it was very realistic. I suppose the reason we ask these is because people that watch this back and people that join us as well may have their first sort of easings into trying to write stuff. And a lot of times people will think, has it got to be like this, or do I start with this, or do I start with melody, or do I write, do I start just writing and see what comes out? And I suppose the thing we've always alluded to is that there's no rule book. There's no rule book that says it has to be like this. I mean, there are some guidelines. When you're writing a pop song, there's a bit of a template. But again, what we're seeing as we get more artists coming through is it's really diverse. Some start with a guitar, some only write the words first and then do the music. Who's the guy? There's a guy in a group. Have you heard of Mandolin Orange?
Oh, I love Mandolin Orange.
No.
They'd be worth a look on YouTube. They're a duet, and they're it's a mandolin and a guitar or a violin.
Yeah, she played. Yeah.
Yeah. The name suggests. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he never writes anything down. He does all his songs in his
yep.
head, and then he plays them.
Two songs to listen to, guys, is definitely "Hey Stranger" and probably "Echoes." They are just lyrically fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
Darling Girl,
and "Darling Girl" as well. Yeah, of course. Yeah, "Darling Girl." Yeah.
I mean, there's so many. We've seen them a couple of times live. But again, I suppose it's that thing about where do you? So the other question, are you going to ask the other question now, Sam?
No, I was going to let you do that because yeah. I kind of think I know what it is, but knowing me tonight with my head in the clouds,
that's all right.
Because I love this section. I do love this section because obviously I write completely different to how Andy writes, and everybody writes completely different. And we've had people on the show where they're like, "This is exactly how we do it," and the other person's gone, "No, that's not how I've done it." But tonight, obviously, you've kind of both done the same sort of. Yeah, this is how I do it, and that's how it goes. As I'm a tinkerer, and then I play around with words, and Andy's a word lyrical smith. Do you know what I mean? And then seems
I push them out like babies.
Yeah,
Sam
and I
kind of
pops them out every couple of years.
Massages them like a fine wine kind of thing.
You got
over many years. Yeah. So the question I was going to ask is, so I can remember almost the day and where I was the moment I heard a song that kind of shook me so much. I thought I would love to write songs like that. I would like to be able to do that. So was there anything, and if it is, can you remember it for either of you, that one kind of song where you thought, geez, that just does it lyrically, whatever it is?
I'll answer mine at the end. Because I keep thinking to myself every show, I'm like, I want to do this, but I never get to. So I'll answer the one as well at the end, after everyone else said a go.
Cool. You can do that, Michael.
Without a doubt. I mean, there was early ones like Eleanor Rigby and Waterloo Sunset, but the one for me was Fountain of Sorrow by Jackson Browne.
Okay.
Looking through some photographs I found inside a drawer, I was taken by a photograph of you. I thought that was great. And it goes on. It's a great song. But that was the one for me. It started me going, I need to listen to this guy and listen to stories and just how he uses the words and stuff.
Yeah, he is an exceptional songwriter, lyricist.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. My favourite of his, or two favourites, are These Days and The Naked Ride Home.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've listened to The Naked Ride Home and you go, how can somebody write a story about taking a girl home in his car, and that kind of concept of almost seeing it as other drivers driving past looking at her and things like that, but she's with me in the car.
Yeah.
And you go, that's bonkers good.
Yeah.
I think, why can't
amazing.
I
So
come up
many.
with that? Yeah. And I always say Bruce Springsteen has always said,
Early
anyone,
Bruce.
Jackson Browne.
Yeah, I love Bruce Springsteen as well. There's too many of us.
Yeah, his early stuff was fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so for you, Jackson Browne, I like that one.
Good,
Caroline,
good call.
follow that. What would yours be?
I wouldn't say I had a definitive moment, really. I just always remembered writing couplets, rhyming couplets, and then poetry. And then once my dad played guitar, and I used to watch him play. He didn't write songs, but he used to sort of inspire me to pick the guitar up, and I tried with his, and I had 1 or 2 lessons, and I just remember thinking it was just something that I really enjoyed doing, and that I just used to spend hours. I used to be able to pass hours and hours, practicing and playing and trying to put my own words on the songs. And I remember going on the bus to school and writing lyrics down, and everyone else was talking and they were looking at me as if I was weird and that sort of thing. And it's just always been there, really. And I think maybe a lot of other songwriters have been gone through this when they think, oh, it's just too expensive, it's taking up too much of my time. I've got so much going on, I just can't do it anymore. But it's not something I could choose not to do, because I've tried to do that, and it's just always there.
Do you consciously find space now to do it, or do you have to just kind of go, I feel in the mood, so I'll do it?
Yeah, more or less that, really. If I haven't written anything for a couple of weeks, I start to feel a bit worried that I've lost any ability to.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah. So then I get a bit panicky and a bit, worried.
So this is poetry as well
rubbish.
as songs and things like that?
Pardon?
This is poetry as well as songs and stuff as well?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I don't really publish a lot of poetry. I think one of the only platforms to do it is Facebook, and I think people tend to get a little bit embarrassed with poetry as opposed to music. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just my experience.
No, I get that. When as a kid growing up liking country music, you're very limited in friends because nobody cares about country music at sort of like 12 years old, and you're going, yeah, it rocks, and people are going, get lost, you weirdo. It's one of those, you kind of either commit to it and you get through it, and you kind of just go, it's what I like, and therefore I don't care. Or you end up adjusting your tastes and move into things that conform, and I've seen people do that, actively conform. The one good thing is I'd never want to conform, not really. Not unless it was against the law.
The two-piece advice I had was be prolific with the songwriting, going back to what you were saying before. And the other one was just be true to yourself. That's all you can do. I don't think.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. I think we should listen to another couple of the songs from each of you. So Caroline went first last time. So Michael, you're up, if that's okay.
Yeah. Are you going to tell me what the song is you want me to play?
Well, I was just about to say, the 2 songs that I'm really interested in are either All About You or You Don't Know Jack, or both, if you fancy doing those.
Right. Well, neither of these were on the list, but yep, I could do. Well, I've got some others from that album, but leave it with me. I might leave it to the last 2.
So I've not heard everything. I mean, I've heard probably about 12 songs of yours, and I know there's loads more.
Right.
So don't feel under pressure. If there's,
No worries.
like Sandy said to me, I can't do that one. So I was like, that's cool, but I like it. So the floor's yours anyway. Do what you will and explain the story behind the songs and stuff, and then Caroline will swap you straight over afterwards, and then we'll chat some more.
Okay.
Okay, so I shall remove us from the session.
So, this next song I'm going to do is also from the Missing Person album, and it's a bit of a tongue-in-cheek. It's about people in life who just go through life ticking the box just to get things, but it doesn't actually mean anything to them. It's just ticking the box. And it's also about the shows on television like X Factor, where people just want to be famous. They don't want to put in any work to be famous. They just want to be famous overnight, whatever that means. And it's also about the unscrupulous people, and Caroline, this is a wee warning for you, the unscrupulous people in the music business who set themselves up as managers and whatever else they are. They've been in it for 5 minutes, and they're happy to take your money and actually do nothing with it. But you kind of trust them to get you fame and fortune. It's called Tick the Box. Hope you like it. vote for me. They once sang a song in a high school band. Now the rich Uncle Charlie's gonna make them a brand with a tick-the-box husband and a tick-the-box wife, a tick-the-box lover and a tick-the-box life. Tick-the-box houses and tick-the-box cars, children who wanna be tick-the-box stars. It's an entitled generation who wanna be an overnight sensation, but they can't sing or write or play guitar. But Mr. Moneymaker says he'll make them a star. Mr. Moneymaker says he'll make them a star. They get a Rolls Royce car and they learn to ski, a baby grand piano in a house by the sea. The fact they cannot play it doesn't mean a thing. Gonna be a famous singer who cannot sing, with a tick-the-box husband and a tick-the-box wife, a tick-the-box lover and a tick-the-box life. Tick-the-box houses and tick-the-box cars, children who wanna be tick-the-box stars. It's an entitled generation who wanna be an overnight sensation. They can't sing or write or play guitar, but Mr. Moneymaker says he'll make them a star. Mr. Moneymaker says he'll make them a star. He says, you gotta give me all your money, but don't ask me what I'm gonna do. There's no. One day you'll be a big star on Facebook, honey. Why not? And all your friends can follow you. Another entitled generation who just wanna be an overnight sensation, but they can't sing or write or play guitar. But Mr. Moneymaker says he'll make them a star. Mr. Moneymaker says he'll make them a star. Mr. Moneymaker says he'll make me a star. Tongue in cheek. I was going to do, I'm still going to do this one. It's a tough time of year for people just now, coming up for Christmas and all that kind of thing. And I suppose through the COVID, people have lost loved ones. Everybody's lost loved ones of some sort in some way or another, whether it's just because you can't see them or whatever. This is also from the new album, the Whiskey album. It's called Until We Meet Again. There's a candle on the table for the one who has slept away. And I cry when I am able, but the world gets in the way. I hear your laughter in the wind and rain. I hear your voices everywhere. Your perfume fills the air each night, but I know that you're not there. You were my lover, you were my friend. There will never be another until we meet again. Outside the snow is falling, peace on earth to every man. And our friends, they keep on calling. I know they're doing the best they can. Their cards and gifts unopened, You're not there to hold my hand. All I wanted was your presence, but they don't understand. You were my lover, you were my friend. Never be another until we meet again. Yes, you were my lover, you were my best friend. There will never be another until we meet again. There's a candle on the table for the one who has slept away. And I cry when I am able, but the world gets in the way. Thank you.
Hello, that was really, really, really nice. Really, really enjoyed that. Thank you.
Right. I always feel it's very weird when
You guys sound like Daleks, I can't hear you.
I always feel like it's weird when I swap the artists over and there's kind of that weird kind of, shall I go now? Am I going? Am I going to get dropped out? So well done, Michael. Again, we'll talk a little bit more after Caroline's done her songs. But the
Hello. I think you did freeze just very slightly at the end there. This song is about a trip I had when I was around 20, which was obviously last year, because I'm only 21.
We broke down after an hour on the road. The maps all couldn't show us where to go. We saved so long to buy a sleeping bag we shared. Ripped jeans, no cash, but neither of us cared. We got there in the middle of the night with just a box of matches for a light. The ground was rough, we didn't have a clue what to do, but you were there with me and I was with you. Dylan sang the whole way there. You and I didn't have a care. The world at our feet and it was ours. The first time we slept under the stars. The moon was bright but nothing like your eyes. The fire burned beyond with no disguise. We broke and fell and mended well as only lovers do. The stars were the only witness to. Dylan sang the whole way there. You and I didn't have a care. The world at our feet and it was ours. The first time we slept under the stars. It feels like such a long time ago. You held me so tight against the cold. We were so warm, the future seemed so me so long just looking at the sky. Nothing up there except those sparkling lights. I hold them close every time young lovers turn and fight. If only we could go home to that night. Didn't sag na holy there. You and I never had a care. The world at our feet and it was ours. The first time we slept under the stars. The first time we slept under the stars. The last time we slept under the stars. Thank you very much. I think I'm going to change what I'm going to do next. And I'm just going to do a song called I Live For You. I can't hear myself through these anyway, I don't know, I've got on, that's better. This is just a simple love song, really. I counted years spent finding out what is life and living all about. I know the secret of a life now that I live for you. I live for you. I live for you. And who would have thought I'd find you amongst these things? Will you stay when I ask you? We slept together like a Lego. We've clicked closer than anyone will ever know. But everyone will know that I live for you. I live for you. I live for you. And who would have thought I'd find you amongst these things? Will you stay when I ask you? I don't care as long as you care for me. I live for you. I live for you. And who would have thought I'd find you amongst these things? Will you stay now? I beg you.
Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. Pair of you. Oh, these shows get better and better every time. I love them. I love them. Absolutely love them. So, a couple of questions for you, I think we've got. So, can you sort of tell us about your first gigging performance? So, where you was and how old you was and things like that, and how you felt and stuff. So, we'll have Caroline first, and we'll go to Mike after.
Well, the very first time I performed one of my songs. Like I said, I'd been writing them for a while, but I performed on it at a youth club. I think I was about 13, and it went down really well. I think probably because of how young I was compared to everybody else as well. So that sort of spurred me on a bit. And then I think I must have been 18 because I was in a pub, but I think I was around that area, and it was one of the ones over Wolverhampton way. I can't remember the name of it now. That's terrible. But I remember really, really shaking, like really, really bad, and that it just didn't improve for a good few years, probably about 5 years. I was always as nervous every single time I played. And then do you know Nikki Roos?
Yeah.
And then I met her again a couple of years later, and she said, "Why are you shaking so much?" I said, "I just get so nervous." And she sort of helped me a little bit and control my nerves and things, and so it got a bit better from there.
Michael, what do you think?
I'm laughing because I love the way Caroline innocently said, I was in a pub, so I must have been 18.
Knowing there's an ex-policeman on the show.
No,
Yeah.
I remember having my 18th birthday in a pub, and the manageress was going to throw me out because I'd been going for 3 years.
You know, my local was exactly the same. I think I was going in there from the age of about 14.
Yeah. The first gig I did was as a drummer, and it was in a pretty rough bar in Glasgow, but it was a good music bar. And I was only 16, and the manager said we could play, but I wasn't allowed to leave the drum stool. So that was the first thing. So I couldn't drink pints, but I could drink whiskies because you could hide them easier.
Yeah.
But,
Big long straw.
Yeah, that's right. But as a singer, I remember my first one. I was blessed to have two really good musicians playing with me, so they made me sound an awful lot better than I really was. Because you always think you always think you're Bruce Springsteen when you go out to play for the first time, and you're really not. And it's from there you learn, which is fair enough. You've got to learn, and you learn sometimes the hard way. But I had two good musicians beside me that played all sorts of instruments that made me sound an awful lot better than I actually was. But it was good fun.
So I was exactly the same. It took me I used to do opera originally, and then when I kind of went to I used to sing and play the guitar at home, like for years before I ever did it live. And Sarah, my best friend, she was like, "You need to get out there and sing." And I tell you now, I literally sat there with the guitar, and I was like, "I can't sing. I can't even play. I mean, what the hell's going on?" I'm like, "I know I can. I do it at home. I go on stage all the time." And I was like, "What?" But it is. You are right. You need to keep doing it and doing it and doing it, and it just becomes more and more natural. And you find your little quirks and your unquirks and things you like doing and things you don't like doing. And yeah.
I mean, I played at the Royal Concert Hall in Glasgow, and I found that no problem. I'm still nervous, but I find these things more nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I mean, when I first started doing this, know about Andy. I mean, luckily, I've always had some good gear. But doing this, I was like, you watch them back, and like people go, "Sam, why are you watching them back? Are you that vain?" I'm like, "It's not that. It's because you notice things that you're doing on here that you probably do live, but you don't know you're doing that." Yeah. And actually, it's really surreal looking back at some of these videos. You go, do I do that? Do I not do that? It's just like, it's crazy.
Can you see this back? Can people go to YouTube and see it again?
Yeah. As soon as we finish the live broadcast, they do a video of it, and it uploads to YouTube. It uploads to our Songbird channel on Facebook and stuff like that.
So I can see already one thing I wouldn't ever do again. Like you guys have gone to so much trouble with Christmas trees and all that, and I've spent all day building these two black pillars. I don't know if I'd do that again.
That looks very rustic. Looks like you're in some sort of like.
To be fair, actually, I kind of think that you're sitting in the pub, and that's the wall at the back in the smoking area.
Yeah,
I reckon he's at a pub somewhere. He's got a secret pint or that whiskey he said with a straw.
And they just happened to paint his name on the back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that corner. I tell you.
So can I just very quickly read through some of the comments, because they are our audience is always really lovely to our artists. So Joe Bayliss, who we've had on here before as well, and who's done sessions with me, lovely voice, Caroline.
Thank you.
Sarah claps. We went through this thing yesterday where we said the more of those little emoji claps a person gets, the better they are.
Oh,
it became like a competition. We won't do that tonight. That's terrible. Beautiful. I love your lyrics. I think that was Caroline's first song, was it? I think it was Dawn as well that said very beautiful, sad, but lovely, touches my heart. I think that was your first song. And again, some great songs as well for you, Michael, as well. There was one where you'd made Dawn cry.
I know,
That's my voice.
Which is a lovely thing again to see. And again, it's that thing. The reason we do this is because we want songwriters whose lyrics can connect stories to people's emotional state and things like that. So again, it just shows that that's coming through.
That's lovely. That's really great.
So again, what we will do in the next little bit is I will post your music websites and things like that, so people can connect up with you. After we've done the next couple of songs, we will ask you to talk about how people can find you and stuff like that as well, just so that we can, hopefully people can connect with you as well.
Sure.
So we shall do a bit of that. So
definitely.
shall we have some more songs?
Yes, I think we should.
Why not?
Whose go is it this time, Andy?
Do you know what? I get to this point.
Oh, actually,
in the
very,
night and I
very
forget.
quickly.
I
Have we
forget.
got a little bit of time? Sort of ask Caroline and Michael what advice they would give to artists that want to. Maybe that they're writing songs, but they're scared of performing those songs. Is there any advice, very quickly, before we get on to the next two, that either Caroline or Michael would say to those people? You know. So
Go on, Caroline.
Who's first? Yeah.
Just take a deep breath and just, if you want to do it, just do it, because not everyone's going to like it. You can't please many people, let alone everyone. If you like it and they're going to give you a spot, just take a deep breath and go for it. You'll regret it if you don't.
Yeah.
There we go. Dawn saying extreme stage fright for her.
Oh yeah, that's what I used to be really, really awful, and I still, before every gig now, I still think, if I just messaged and said, I've got this or whatever, I'll get out of it and it'll be loads better. And every single time, it never gets any better for me, really. I've stopped shaking quite so much, but that's about it. Every single time I could easily cry and think, oh, I can't do it, and all the way through I'm thinking, I'm not good enough for this, I'm not good enough for this. But
No, you definitely are.
when I'm finished,
oh, definitely.
oh, yeah, very kind. But I have absolutely crushing self-doubt, I do, but you have to just push through it, really. I think mine is sort of a guilt complex on myself. I get to the point where I think, well, if I get to 60 or 70 and I think I wanted to do it all my life and I haven't done it, I'll regret that more than, nearly in tears because I'm so nervous and so worried about how I'm sounding. I'll regret it more later. So that's what makes me do it.
Mike, what do you think, mate?
Well, I think it's really important to surround yourself with people that believe in you but are honest with you.
Yeah.
There's so many people out there that will tell you what you want to hear, and it's just to get money off you. But get the people that care about you to do all your social media and book your gigs. People that really care, but they'll tell you the truth if you were good, if you weren't good, and they mean it in a loving way. They're not out there to score points for anybody else. The music business, as you'll see in Facebook, is brutal. It's absolutely brutal, and it's usually brutal by people who don't play a note. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Go
again,
on.
one of the things that I have avidly tried to steer away from, and then through this show as well, is having people who are part of the cliques, who are part of the boys club or whatever it is, because you kind of go, if your face doesn't fit or you're the wrong age or whatever, it's very easy to find yourself isolated and stuff like that. and find those pleasant thanks but no thanks kind of things.
Yeah.
And you go, we've got a fantastic bunch of songwriters.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Who,
Yeah.
whether it's nerves, whether it's that, you know, they're not cool enough, or they don't know the right people, or whatever, you know, they don't get the opportunity.
Yeah.
And with this, Sam and I had said, well, this isn't going to be about
Yeah.
that. This is going to be about people we really value as songwriters.
Yeah, definitely.
Whether they
No,
are
this is a great show. It's a great
7
show.
or 61, you know, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because I mean, for me, guys, I mean, I do covers all day long. Caroline knows me very well, and it's very rare I sing my own songs. But I made a pledge this year, and then obviously we go into lockdown. Yay! That I was going to do my own songs more often, and you know, and I do believe that the more you do your own stuff, the easier it becomes. That's just a give and take. But it's when people then start singing your songs, and you're thinking, oh my god, and do you know what I mean? That's or you nick other people's songs, and hopefully one day somebody will nick my song and sing my song. But yeah, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. You know, it's all good copying and imitating people or doing your own thing with other songs. But when it's your own, you know, you feel more precious and you feel more nervous about it. But
Yeah.
if you don't get out there and do it, no one's going to ever know, and it's not good. So, but some great advice there, guys. Some great.
So
advice.
let me ask Caroline. Let me ask you a question. How many times have you come off the stage and someone said that was bloody awful? Never get up and sing again.
I'm going to very quickly
I
before
had
you
the-
answer. Go on.
Not many times. I did have one. I played the Robin 2. It was supporting. Oh man, my memory's gone tonight. I'll remember it later. And someone said to me, "At least you were sober."
Was that before or after you punched them? I mean, the reason I
Not
ask
very
that question is because I think it's quite important to realise sometimes when you have that nerves thing, is you think about how many times someone has really said to you, really don't like your music, really don't like your singing, don't do it again. I'd go and have one of them lollipops and help people cross the road. You know, you kind of get to that point where you go, how many times do I need to hear that message of you were really great to believe it myself and believe in myself? And that's the difficult way to look at it. But you actually then start to think, well, how many times have I been booed off the stage or kicked out or those sorts of things? And you actually go, really, I haven't. And actually, generally, the feedback you get is lovely. It's really good. So you go,
I don't know, mate.
at some point, it's giving yourself a bit of a break.
I don't know if I can agree with you right now.
Go
And the
on.
reason is I once, everybody, was in Morrison's, and I was just singing going through the shop, right?
Where is this going to go?
No, man, honestly. And we got to the deli counter, right, before I became vegan. Got to the deli counter with my mum, and the lady went, "I wouldn't give up your day job, love. Very bad, very bad." And my mum went, "He only sings on radio."
Yeah.
That's
He's only
just
trying
like,
to sell turkeys or something. Yeah.
okay, I will stop now.
You know what I mean, though? Because I mean, I coach a
Good
lot of
advice.
people
Should be kinder to
sort of
ourselves.
day in, day out. And one of the big challenges people have, you know, whether they're singing or whether they are in corporate life and they're young, kind of trying to deal with senior managers and stuff like that, one of the most common things is there's that little voice in your head that starts to talk about how you're feeling and what you think is going to happen if you play and it goes wrong and stuff like that. But then what we do is we listen to that way too much. And then actually when we come off the stage and we realise how enjoyable it was and how kind of enthralling it was, and we realise we got no bad feedback, we don't listen to that enough.
Yeah.
So we listen to the wrong voice in a way. So one of the reason I asked the question is because I think it's interesting for those who do have that stage fright to balance that voice that says, "Oh, this might go wrong and people are going to hate your music and stuff like that," with the other side of it that says, "Actually, you've never had feedback that says you're rubbish and crap and those sorts of things." And so we need to listen to that voice as well, because that's the one that says, "Take the step of courage." However quick it is, and just get on and do it, and then you'll find that it's not as bad as you tell yourself it is before you go on, you know?
I know. Yeah. Very true. Right, let's get them singing, Andy. They don't want to listen to us like battling on. Let's get them singing.
No, they don't. Right, 2 more songs in. Who's going first this time? Because I've totally forgotten who went first last time. Caroline this time, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know.
I'll
Who
give you a
sang
little
first last
choice.
time? Was it Michael? Was it Michael first last
I
time?
think so. I can't remember.
Yes, yeah, it was.
Carol's just finished, so, but I'm happy to do either. It's no problem.
Yeah, we'll have Caroline first. We'll have Caroline doing first.
Cool. So we shall.
Well, sorry, I was just going to ask you. I've got 2 new ones I'm going to try
Ooh.
because.
Cool.
Ooh.
So
Has
you'll
anybody
have
else
to
ever
please
heard
forgive me if
these?
I make any mistakes. No.
Ooh.
Well, actually,
The
the second
Songbird.
one. Sorry.
Go on. I was going to say,
I was gonna say the
Songbird
second one.
new.
Yes, dropping some new tracks, as they say, the young'un. But do you want to hear 2 new ones or 1 new one and an old one?
No.
And this-
Oh.
The new one, the second new one, is just a silly Christmas song. So I thought it's Christmas. And I haven't written a Christmas song before. I thought I'd give it a try.
That's okay. What you choose, but I
do
always
whatever
would,
you
we would always go with 2 new.
Yeah.
Because we just love hearing new songs.
Yeah.
But it's utterly
very silly,
your
though.
choice.
I don't want
Hey?
to undermine the.
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Have you heard Andy
We
do
are
some of
very
his
relaxed,
funny
yeah.
stuff?
We are very relaxed here. So we will drop Michael out, and Sam and I will disappear, and we will leave you to sing your new songs.
Okie dokie.
That was funny. I almost removed Caroline from the session. That wouldn't have been good. That wouldn't have been good. Back in a mo.
Right then. Explain what you can't define. None of the books have the words. Over paper never to bind. Letters that will never be heard. Full of regrets and repentance. You ask me what it all means. Please get your head out the meaning and put your head back in my dreams. Oh, you are here now to ask somehow that I write a song for Sam. But the verses call and the choruses call to say they're not coming back. Oh, you are here now to ask somehow that I write a song for Sam. I don't know how, and the moment's gone now. I guess it's just not who I am. Stumbling over words, reaching out till it hurts. Empty is not an emotion, but it always gets in there first. Full of regrets and repentance, and you ask again what it means. Please pull your head out the meaning and sew it back up at the seams. Oh, you are here now to ask somehow that I write a song for Sam. But the verse has stalled and the chorus has called to say he's not coming back. Oh, you are here now to ask somehow that I write a song for Sam. But I don't know how, and the moment's gone now. I guess it's just not who I am. Sometimes there isn't a reason. Sometimes it just comes in a dream. Disappointment will follow when I let you know it doesn't matter what I believe. But sometimes when people ask you again, oh, it makes you wanna scream.
for sound. The verse is stalled and the chorus is called to say it's not coming back. Oh, you are here now to ask somehow that I write a song for sound, but I don't know how, and the moment's gone now. I guess it's just not who I am. Oh, you are here now to ask somehow that I write a song for sound, but I don't know how, and the moment's gone now. I guess it's just not who I am. I guess it's just not who I am. I guess it's just not who I am. That could have gone worse. That was my very first live play of that one. I thought, it's a few days before Christmas, isn't it? I thought I need to do a little bit of a Christmas song. I've never written one before, but I had this idea about 12 months ago. And it was a case of try and finish it and see what people thought. It is a bit of a silly one. The weather was cold, my fingers were numb. The street lights were just turning on. The mist in the air and the lights here and there made it feel like Christmas belonged. But wait, who in the street should I see, walking her corgis and shopping near me? It was Her Royal Majesty, the Queen, and she sang, one must wear sparkles at Christmas, one has made it the law. I thought, well, fair enough, Your Highness, and she went on to explain to me some more. One feels that sparkles are necessary and that nothing else will do. So put on your sparkliest attire, my dears, and a very Merry Christmas to you. Well, I was amazed. I trundled on singing that song for a while and found a shop that sold the sparkliest dresses and sparkliest shoes that I had ever hoped to behold. But wait, who in the queue should I see, waiting to buy the same dress as me? It was the Queen again, and she sang, one must wear sparkles at Christmas, one has made it the law. I thought, hang on a minute, Your Highness, I think you have told me this before. One must wear sparkles at Christmas and nothing else will do. So put on your sparkliest attire, my dears, and a very Merry Christmas to you. Once in my sparkly dress and shoes, Christmas had truly arrived. So I went out dancing and leaping and prancing in the dance floor with a dance floor inside. But wait, who on the floor should I see, dancing and prancing there right next to me? Can you guess? I'll give you a clue. She wears a crown with a jewel in or two. It was the Queen again, and she sang, one must wear sparkles at Christmas, one has made it the law. I says, stop talking and just keep on dancing. You're hogging all the dance floor. One must have sparkles at Christmas, and nothing else will do. So put all your sparkliest attire, my dears, and a very Merry Christmas to you. So you must wear sparkles at Christmas, maybe even tinsel and baubles. They cheer you up and make you look handsome. It's what Christmas is for. You must wear sparkles at Christmas, and nothing else will do. So put all your sparkliest things, my friends, and a very Merry Christmas to you. Yes, a very Merry Christmas to you.
Very good, that's great.
Very good. The lyrics are very clever. I mean, how do you think about meeting the Queen on the dance floor in a place? I mean, that's very clever. Very clever. Well done. So again, some lovely comments. Vanessa saying she loved your first song. Loved it. Very merry, cheerful song. We'll put there you go, Vanessa. We'll put on my sparklies, and a very Merry Christmas to you too. Wonderful, wonderful. Right, we shall drop Caroline into the background, and Michael, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. So this was almost like Sam and I had rehearsed this, because and we haven't even met before. But this next song is called Covers, and it's from the new Whiskey album, which is just released. And it's all about covers. And basically, all my life, I wished I was the guy at parties that could play covers. You know, people would just shout songs and you could play them. But I never ever learned other people's songs. I only just always played my own songs, my own music. So this is a kind of tongue-in-cheek song about covers and people that play covers. And sadly, there's one line in it called Sweet Caroline, and it's absolutely nothing to do with Caroline. It's on tonight because she's fantastic. So that's just total coincidence. But I used title tracks of other songs in this song, and there's 19 of them. Some are Beatles, some are Eagles, some are others. But if you can spot them, good on you. I'll give you a clue. The very first word is one of them. This is called Covers. Hope you enjoy it. Yesterday, some nowhere man gets back to me. Says, I want to hold your hand on this long and winding road. And I said, hey man, okie dokie, but I ain't no karaoke. We can work it out, but I think that you should know. I don't do covers, I don't play the songs of others. I just sing my songs, and I won't give theirs a bash. Before you make me walk that line, let me play you one of mine. Because Chris and Johnny sure don't need the cash. My suspicious mind could see her lying eyes. My peaceful, easy feeling already gone. She said my name's Sweet Caroline, and all my friends think I sing fine. But they was breaking glass each time she sang those songs. That's why I don't do covers, I don't play the songs of others. I just sing my songs, and I won't give theirs a bash. Before you make me walk that line, let me play you one of mine. Because Garth and Johnny sure don't need the cash. They want to hear Ventura Highway, but there's a sound of silence when I'm living on a prayer. Now they want Frankie Daly in my way. Start spreading the word, I just don't care. One of these nights I'll take it easy, maybe learn some songs, go and play that show. But if I slip in one of mine, you know the boss man would call time and say you better play some songs that we all know. That's why I don't do covers, I don't play the songs of others. If you want their songs, I'm gonna have to pass. Before you make me walk that line, let me play you one of mine. Because Bruce and Johnny sure don't need the cash. Before you make me walk that line, let me play you one of mine. Because Garth and Chris and Bob and Willie and Waylon and Johnny sure don't need the cash. So that was called covers, because I don't play covers. Sorry about that. This is, I think, my final song of the night. And it's also from my new album, Whiskey. Before I play it, I'd just like to thank Andy and Sam and Caroline for having me on. It's just been an absolute great fun being here. Thanks for all you guys out there who've been listening in. I thank the good Lord for my journey. This is called The Storm. If you're going through a storm, try and be around people that will help you get through it. You can't get around it or over it. You've got to get through it sometimes. And sometimes it's tough, but you come out a better person at the end of it. Trust me, I've been through many storms, and I'm sure I'll be through many again. Hope you like it. This is called The Storm. In the middle of the storm, let me be your harbor. In the middle of the storm, let me be your light. Carried by life's roaring tide, I will be there by your side. I will help you through the night till the dawn comes again. In the middle of the storm, you'll find the answer. In the middle of the storm, you'll find the truth. The storm that you're going through, I will be there next to you. Someone you can hold on to till the love comes again. As the storm closes in, you must keep on going until the fear you have known can touch you no more. And as you fight through each night without ever knowing, you will stand down the light on that beautiful shore. In the middle of the storm, you'll find the answer. In the middle of the storm, you'll find the answer. the middle of the storm, you will find yourself. Thank you.
Fantastic, guys, fantastic. Caroline,
Really
very
like
quickly. Is that a song for me?
Well,
I need to do something, I know, yeah.
So I sent Sam a message saying,
I know he did.
I'm sure this song's about you. He's going, someone's written a song about me. Like,
Yay!
well, it started off. I thought I'm going to write a song because I liked your song about Jessie. You see, and I thought I'm going to write one for you. But then it was sort of got into mixed with when people ask me what my songs are about, and I just haven't got either the confidence or the articulation to describe it, or can't remember or something, and so it sort of got all mixed in with that, really.
That sounds really
it
good.
wasn't meant.
yeah, it was good. It was good. We were talking about because Sarah in the comments had put, who does your voice remind me of, Caroline? And I was kind of going, so I think there's an Emmylou Harris vibe, but I also think, because I said I think there's a bit of Joan Baez or Joni Mitchell kind of in there as well. And Sarah's come back saying more Joan Baez. But she's also saying, but I think she reminds me of the Barley Mow folk singers in Hong Kong. No, I've never heard of them.
No.
But, I should look them up. I should look them up and see.
I might have to look them up myself.
Yeah, that's a left of field one.
Do you reckon we can get anyone from China to come and sing a song?
Yeah. Well, we tried Australia. Look what that happened.
Oh, no, that was such a shame.
So just kind of very quickly, thank you very much for agreeing to
cheers, guys.
kind of come and join us on the show and sing some of your songs and help people understand about your songwriting and things like that. It's been fantastic, really is. So there's a couple of things to kind of do as we come to the sort of close. We want people to connect with you. We want people to find out more about you. So where can they find you? What albums have you got? What music can they find of yours if they want to listen to more and stuff like that? What streams? I was going to say gigs, but nobody's got any gigs. What streams have you got coming up and things like that? So
Can I go
Michael,
first?
Oh,
I
go
go
on
first? Because I know Michael has got a plethora of very well-produced albums with the most excellent artwork, with fantastic songs on them.
She's stalking you, Michael. She's
Yeah, I was
stalking
gonna
you.
say, there you go.
So
It's a good
I'm
job
gonna
you
go
didn't put your
first.
address on this system, innit?
So I'm going to go first because just nowhere near. That's that level. So,
Speak really slowly and it will take longer.
I have one song on the streaming platforms, and that's called Childhood. But my attempts at albums and so on have repeatedly stalled, usually with the birth of a child.
Stop having kids, for God's sake. Get the music out there. So is that a track you recorded and put out on like Spotify and iTunes and things?
I recorded it such a long time ago. It's actually just a live recording, and I'm considering just putting some live recordings out there, to be honest, because I don't think I'll ever be at the point where I can use the software myself or afford to pay somebody to do it for me.
So I was having this conversation with somebody the other day, and I was saying, because we've got somebody that we know who is going to record almost an entire album on their phone, their iPhone.
Yeah.
And there's a piece of software that I use, and Sam will hopefully vouch for this, called Voice Record Pro.
It is
So
really.
I'm
quite impressed.
It's good, isn't it? And what I love about it is its noise suppression is fantastic. And what you produce, so all you've got to do is almost balance where your guitar and your vocals is so that you get it in the right levels. But the quality of the tracks that come out of it is really good.
It's like
really,
using
really
quite a high-end condenser, really, in a sense. As long as you sort of get them, the leveling, balance, where you put your phone for your guitar and your mic, and it's free. And it's so good. It is really good.
And
But if you talk to me nicely, Caroline, we might sort something out with my system. So we'll have a chat.
message us and ask us about it, because I
Yeah.
use it religiously. It's
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
There is a paid version, but it's only, I mean, it's pence.
You don't get,
rather than anything.
you don't get much.
But you also get, so the noise suppression is fantastic, and you also get equalizer on it, and you get reverb and things like that.
Yeah.
Well,
And the quality of the track it can produce, it just takes a little work to get the balance and stuff right. But the quality, I think, is as close to what I put out on my CD.
Yeah, because I mean, Andy had done quite a few on his videos actually that he's released. You used all that, didn't you, originally before you did your album for Facebook and everything else, which was when he first sent it me, I was like, what the hell's going on here? It was so good. It was really good.
Well, people were saying to me, just use that track. If you can't get into the studio because of lockdown, just put that track out. And I kind of went, it's not good enough. But then I listened to them when I did do the studio album at home, and I thought, geez, do you know what? That's close. So again, if you want to record some stuff, get that, have a play around with it, and I promise you, you'll be impressed. It's good.
Yeah, really, really
It's
good.
good. So where else can people find you? How can they stalk you, connect with you?
I've got a Facebook page. My website's not active at the moment, I'll be honest. But the Facebook page is facebook.com/Caroline Bella Music. And
So I did post that, I think.
yes.
Let me just check. I did post it, I think.
You did. You did
I
sit
did,
up there.
I did. Thank God for
You
that.
did. But we
My
will.
age, I'm starting to forget things.
No, you did. But you'll do
Okay,
it
so
again.
go and
won't you?
like Caroline's Facebook page.
Definitely
How
go
else?
like Caroline's page.
Anything else, SoundCloud or anything, or?
Yeah, I've got all those, but I can't think what they are off the top of my head. I think I've got links from my Facebook page, I think. If not, I'll put some on.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. So album is in the making. It just might take a little bit of time.
We'll sort something, Caroline. We'll sort something.
That's it. Any other streams and things coming up that people could find you on?
I did quite a lot at the start of lockdown, actually, but it seems to have slowed. I think maybe this is the best quality one I've seen. I think people are maybe fatiguing of the.
We paid her, everybody. We paid her. We paid her.
I do think you are right. I think there is a little bit of live stream fatigue, as you say.
Yeah, there is. I think. I mean, I didn't do. I didn't play for 2.5 months at the start, and everyone jumped on the bandwagon playing online, and then I got, and it is. It has the last couple of weeks though. Really, I think it's because Christmas is here.
Yeah, different.
Everyone
song
kind
sets,
of,
isn't it?
yeah, everyone kind of expected to come out of lockdown, which wasn't going to happen, and yeah, I think people's minds on other things at the moment, trying to see family and whatever else they can do.
And I
This
guess
is
that's
the
why.
wonderful
Stay
life,
safe,
isn't it?
everybody.
Yeah,
Stay safe.
I guess that's why we've not tried to make this just another typical stream. Well,
Yeah.
we've tried to make it about songwriters, and we've tried to make it about, people that we have listened to or read their lyrics, and therefore we want to talk about that side of things as well. So hopefully it's a little bit different. Okay, so that was Caroline's short but sweet.
Now,
kind of,
everybody, very, very quickly
view of-
now, get a pen and paper.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, very, very quickly. Get it.
I'm
Get,
not
No,
worthy.
nonsense. It's not about quantity; it's about quality. And your stuff's
yeah,
great. Your stuff is great. Yes, I've got 6 albums out, but everybody says, "What's your favourite?" And it's always the last one or the one you're doing just now. So, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I've got a website which you put up, michaelmcmillan.com, michaelmcmillanmusic.com. I'm on YouTube under Michael McMillan Music, and on Facebook under Michael McMillan Music. So it's dead simple. I'm on all the platforms and stuff. I'm a technophobe. I don't know anything about these things. Andy, you know how difficult it was to actually get me linked in tonight. You guys are talking about condensers and stuff like that. I have no idea. I thought that was vegetables and things. I had no idea.
it's so true, though, what you've just said, Mike, about the whole fact that the last song is your favourite song.
Yeah,
It really is, because, I've written songs in the past which I never, ever even look at or play anymore. And it's really, it's really, really strange. It is really strange.
I did before lockdown. Somebody asked me, "Can you remember?" And it was a song I'd written years ago. And nowadays, at my age, they don't ask you if you'll play it; they just ask if you can remember it.
Yeah, I've got to that stage.
So,
See,
Well, in fact-
I was just saying, Andy's case, it's has Sam played it yet?
Right.
Yeah.
You're his external memory bank, aren't you?
I am like his well,
That's
yeah.
it. It is helpful actually because the more he plays, the more I can remember.
But I desperately need somebody that can take over all my social media stuff because I don't know anything about that and deal with that stuff. You know, somebody that really knows it, the Spotify and the YouTube and all that. So I'm on the look for somebody that can do that for me. You know, so
Do you know, you and me both. You and me both.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
rubbish.
difficult.
I'm
It's
a
difficult.
terrible self-promoter. Terrible. But again, I kind of use the excuse that I'm a little bit long in the tooth, and I don't get some of these newer things that are coming out. I probably could, but then I look at them, I go, "Oh, geez, it's something
I'm
else."
getting to
gotta
that stage
learn,"
now,
and I
though.
just yeah.
I am getting to
Yeah.
that stage now where I'm like, when early 20s, I was like, I knew everything, but now
Yeah, I feel like that.
I go on my phone
It's
and
away
I'm
from
like,
you quick.
it does, it really does. And you do, like when you used to sit there saying, Dad, it's this, or Dad, it's that,
It's
and,
the-
you
it's the
and your dad's going,
4-year-old
what are
telling
you
me.
going, what are you going on about? And then like now, I'm like,
Yeah.
can somebody help me, please?
And the reality is, it's harder for us as well because Michael, what are you in your late 50s?
thank you very much.
That's all right.
You're coming
So-
60, ain't you, Andy?
Shut your face, you. So you do. I think I don't think you understand this as a youngster, but you get to a point where you go, "Geez, now people look at me like I'm just too old to be cool." But I do think you also get to that point where you go, "I don't care anymore."
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, that's it.
That's the thing though with the country scene. I don't really consider myself a country artist. I love country music. When I go to the States, they don't care what age you are or what you look like. If they like your music, they like you.
Mm.
Over here, you really kind of need to look like a model or a
I know,
bodybuilder.
yeah.
Do you know it? And that gets you through the door right away. You know,
How to be-
nothing against models or
No,
bodybuilders, but you know,
You're
that rules
absolutely
here.
right. I mean, I've said to Andy 1,000 times, I look like this. I do the Susan Boyle look when I used to, I put my flat cap on, I wear my jumper, I look like a goddamn mess, and if my beard's all scraggly, I don't care. And the amount of times I have gone to folk clubs that are miles away from the Midlands, and they're like, "No, come back,"
Yeah.
because they just love the fact it's different,
Yeah.
and you can sing it, and that's
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
So
and they're like,
I've asked a couple of people to come on here,
Mm.
who are probably, I don't know, maybe 30s, maybe.
Mm.
And the first question was, how many views do you get? And I was like,
Right.
dude, you're asking the wrong question. And if that's the first question, that's the wrong question. See you
Yeah.
later. Because again, you kind of go, if it's all about that, it becomes all about the cliques and the clubs and
Yeah,
the,
don't want
Yeah.
the kind of in crowds. I'm just not into that.
that. No, mate.
But I mean, I come from an era where I'll play anywhere for anybody. You know, if there's 3 people there and they want to hear me, I'll play.
That's
You know,
it. And that's why I always say the people here, they're here because they want to listen.
yeah.
Exactly, and that's what
They're
Yeah.
here because they engage with us as well. So you see from the comments, they love the lyrics, they love the songwriting, they love the bits that we talk about as well. So they like the
Yeah.
story stuff as well, the
Mm.
chat stuff as well, and just not too much of it.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's where I always fail. That's where I always
No, don't be silly.
fail. Right, so Michael, we posted again after the session. Feel free to drop a comment in with links to something if we've missed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those sorts of things as well. And folks, we will be back end of January.
Yeah, last week of January.
That's
back
it.
to normal.
And we've got who? Do you know who you've got for January?
No, because no.
I do.
We have this little bit at the start of all this. Andy was like, and I was like, I've got it, I'm sorted. But for the last couple of weeks, I've had a couple of things on my mind, and
So I've got a guy from Nashville who's going to be really cool. Really
have you?
cool. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's called Trey.
Don't start
Trey
these.
Ackerman.
Don't start
He's
these.
really good. He is
I
really
might
good.
have to pull something out of the bag as I always do.
Okay. So again, thank you very much, Michael. Thank you, Caroline.
Massive
Absolutely,
thank you,
my
guys.
pleasure. Thanks
What
for
I would
having
also
me.
say is on Wednesdays, I do a session called Andy and Friends, which
Yeah.
most of the time has Sam on it as well.
Normally,
So again, if you fancy a bit of it's a little bit more casual in you can sing your own songs, covers,
anything goes.
Yeah,
I don't do covers.
A bit of fun.
That's all right. Still all right. Just anything goes though.
Don't
That's
sing
it.
the songs of others.
That's it. So you can sing anything you like. The only thing we ask is as long as it's legal, it's okay.
Yeah.
So again, I hope we have connected you with a couple of fans who will kind of link up. Dawn's
that's
already
great.
saying she's going to buy all your music. So that's a set of 6 coasters sold, as I say.
That's right.
So we shall let you depart. Say one last goodbye to our artists, our lovely audience, and say goodbye to our audience, our lovely artists, and then we shall allow you to get back on with your lives.
Listen,
Cheerio.
all the best. See you later.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Have a
Christmas.
great one,
Oh,
guys.
yes,
I was
of
just
course.
reading. Sorry.
God bless you all.
Merry Christmas and stay safe, everybody.
Yes,
we're turning the
definitely.
corner, I hope.
Yeah, hope well.
Right. See you later. Bye
See you
bye.
later, guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. Right then, Andy. Before we go, you've got to do a song, son. You got to do a song. You can't not finish tonight without a song.
We don't normally do that, do we?
Yeah, we do. We normally one of us start,
we?
one of us will finish. Yeah,
Do we top and tail with a song? I don't know.
Normally.
Oh, well, okay. What do you want me to do?
Right. Do I get to pick one?
Well, I thought that's what you had in mind.
I've got 2 in mind, so you've got a
Oh
choice.
God, these are going to be bloody
Okay.
awkward ones, aren't they?
No. So he's getting his book ready. Everyone, he's going right. Let me flip
No,
the
no.
page here.
I've got,
quick.
well, I haven't got my words with me, so better be when I remember.
Oh, okay, shit. Okay, so we're on Channel
I was
4.
getting
Be
my little
careful.
finger bit out.
Okay. Okay. So, either Daisy, so you may have to run off quickly and get your book, because I really like that one at the moment. Or the first. I've got to. Let me just get it very, 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 very quickly.
This is going to be a hard one, isn't it?
No. Well, it's on your album. It is on your album.
Oh.
The Devil and Me, because I realised the other day, when I was listening to me, Jesse, everybody very quickly has brought me. I don't know if you can see it. Hang on, can you see it? A little pod, what a Google
Is that
thing,
one of those bubble bar things?
whatever it is, yeah, right. And I've
Fizzy
stuck it there, right. And trying to get Andy to play on it earlier was just trying to get his album to listen to it on there was a bit, but.
It's
His first
bandwidth.
song-
Too many people will listen to it at the same time, you see.
Oh no!
That's what it was.
So I was like, right, Devil and Me. And I was going, Andy Hughes, US band. And I forgot The Devil with Me was the first song on the album. And I'm thinking, because I thought it was Ordinary Man. No, sorry, Hallelujah, Mr. King was the first song on your album. Right? So I was like, this isn't Andy Hughes. And then it carried on, and obviously it was. So, either Daisy or Devil and Me, I think. And everybody, Andy's CD's out. No, CD's net, but it's on every platform.
Streaming, yes.
The streaming and downloading is out, and his CDs will be very soon. I'll promote you, mate. I'll promote you.
Unfortunately, the design bloke is stuffed up, and now I can't get the bloody printers to print before Christmas. So annoyed. Jeez, I've got to remember this. How does this go?
Which one are you doing?
I was going to do The Devil and Me.
Yeah, good man. God, that's a great song. I'll mute myself for you.
Right, let's hope I can remember this. Here goes nothing. Can't get my finger bit stale.
Very quickly, everybody. I love the fact that Andy was like, "Oh, do we topple and tail? I've only got my guitar right here.
I
He was
always have it
ready.
there as safety.
He knew.
It's safety, just in case you kind of like have a heart attack on camera or something. While the road's been rough and the lines I've crossed take their toll, and the body I carry feels its age more of the time. Heaven might be an option. I hope there's a place there for me. 'Cause I've already lived with the devil and I'm trying to break free. I will rise where I've fallen. In spite of all I've done, I'll return a little wiser from the battles that I've won. And maybe if I can just try as hard as I can, then the devil might see underneath I'm a different man. I don't ask for forgiveness or pity the scars that I wear. They taught me the lessons in life and got me to here. Well, the devil, he haunts me, waiting at the edge of my mind. And it's all I can do to keep the devil one step behind. I will rise where I've fallen. In spite of all I've done, I'll return a little wiser from the battles that I've won. And maybe if I can just try as hard as I can, then the devil might see underneath I'm a different man. That's a different song, I think. I will rise where I've fallen. In spite of all I've done, I'll return a little wiser from the battles that I've won. And maybe if I can just try as hard as I can, then the devil might see underneath I'm a different man. Then the devil might see underneath I'm a different man.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Do you know what? I
whoop.
played the. I'm sure that lead line in the middle was
It
"Hard
is,
Days Are Coming."
It's hard days are coming.
Yeah.
I actually thought you were going to break into that. I thought
You
he's
know
going
what? I
to
could
break
have done,
into it.
It's pretty much the same chord progression. I could have done.
Yeah,
I could have done.
so good. I feel bad. D's literally just come on. Oh my god, how much have I missed?
Pretty much all of it.
Yeah, we're
much
going
all
now.
of The good thing is, I'm back next Wednesday. What's next Wednesday?
Next Wednesday's
18, 19,
the
20,
day before
21st.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah, okay. Well, okay, so
That'd
I
be
will
alright.
commit. Yeah, I'll
Right.
commit to doing
I'm gonna
Andy
try
and
and-
Friends.
Do something on Andy and Friends because I've been trying to get somebody on Andy and Friends for a while now.
Do I know him?
You do know him. And it was brought up in the conversation this week. So I will try my best. I will try my utmost best.
Mr. Guitar?
Mr. Guitar?
Not him?
No, it's a female.
Oh.
You should know them very well, Mr. Hughes.
Oh.
I mean, you are my
right.
male. You are my male,
Yeah.
Bessie.
Yeah, okay.
I
Yeah,
mean-
I get it. All right, say no more. Okay, yeah. So next Wednesday, the day before Christmas Eve, I think.
Yeah.
I will do an Andy and Friends, whether it's with a bunch of people or whether it's on my own. Hopefully,
I
Sam
will be
there
here.
and hopefully
I will be here this week.
that'd be great.
Next week with the next one.
I was going to say something then. I can't remember what it was. That's terrible. What was I going to say? Oh no, I know what I was going to say. I was going to sing one of your songs,
Oh,
so I
No.
might, if I can crack it, I might do that next week.
hang on. Which one? Which one that I've technically written, or
One
Or
that what do you mean?
co-wrote. Or
So am I going to do one of your songs that's actually my song that I'm going to do back to me? So if you're asking if I'm going to do Footprints, that is my song. And I'm not
that's what I was going to do. Yes, that's what I thought.
No. One of yours. One of
Oh, okay.
yours. One of
All right,
yours
okay.
that you've written. Yeah.
Or co-written.
Well, or co-written. Whatever
Either
you wanna
way.
call it.
Either way, it's mine. Officially mine.
Yeah, it's your song.
Oh,
I've just got to
okay.
practice it a little bit more.
Mm.
So, if you want to
Very
see me
intrigued.
do a Sam Schemmel song,
And you want to see me always do Andy Hughes song?
that's it, yeah. Keep your eyes and ears out for our show next week. And
Yeah.
hopefully as well, forgetting, if we're doing Andy and Friends, hopefully we might have the wonderful Vanessa Bradbury on as well.
Ooh, that'd
So
be
she
nice.
might come and do her songs and join us for a bit of a sesh. And I suspect we might.
Because she
get
did a
Jo-
song, didn't she, on Facebook?
Yeah.
Check her out, everyone. Actually, she did a song on Facebook. I saw a video of it. Really
Yeah.
fantastic song.
So the
really
songs
fun-
that she's
really
done
nice.
on Facebook are the
Mm.
ones that I want her to come on here and do live.
Oh yeah, great.
She will be fantastic.
Oh, it's
Um,
got a great voice.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
voice.
But like many, she's a little bit nervous, so
Bit
we'll
timid.
get her through that. We'll get her through
Yeah.
that. So I suspect next week might be a bit of a giggle because I suspect we might have a bunch of people on. I suspect Joe
Yeah.
Bayliss might come on as well with us,
Mm.
and maybe a couple of other people. Right, so we will bid you adieu. Dee, apologies you kind of missed most of it, but you work and stuff like that, so I totally understand. Good thing is you can always watch it back, and the good thing is you'll see us a million times yet, so so that's going. Right, any last words before we sign off and say goodnight?
Well, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from him.
Oh, I missed
Yeah.
it.
I was waiting for a finger to come out the other side. It just never works. That's it.
It's because my
Can we do a
camera.
fist-
It
Can
does
we do a
the
fist bump? Can we do a fist bump like that? Jeez, you got big hands. That's it. Right, take care, people. Stay safe, and hopefully we are turning a corner. And next year, early part of next year, hopefully we'll start to see each other.
And hopefully, from next year, I think, as I said, I think we'll do like a little CD, a compilation. We'll try and get all the acts that have been on to give us a song of theirs, and we create a what do you call it?
Complication.
Whatever. Yeah.
A complication. 'Cause
A
that's what it will be.
complication. Yeah.
It will
of
be a
everyone's.
complication.
Yeah. Be good.
Yeah. All
We
right.
can try and. So we'll see you all soon. Goodbye.
Good night, folks. Take care and stay safe. We'll see you soon.